background is simply to ensure that there's no breach of the peace. And he said, no. He said, oh, wait a minute. You say this shop on the corner of Southern Street and Duval? I say, yes. Oh, that is the one the state prosecutor has been trying to get his hooks into for a year and a half. Go and see the state prosecutor, a man called Meyer, another Jew, but he was a Brooklyn Jew. When I went to see him an hour later, and this guy Meyer, he said, Mr. Irving, we've had our eyes on that shop and the management for the last couple of years. We hate them, these Israelis. He said, I'm Jewish, I'm from Brooklyn, but the Israeli Jews who are here in Key West, they are the scum. They prey on the tourists, they prey on the cruise liners. They've got all these tricks they do. They run their credit cards 3 times, this kind of thing. And he told me a lot of the tricks they use. The special Hebrew words they shout to each other when they get a victim that they can scam. So he went along, and you'll see the point of this now. The following morning, 9 a.m., we went to the shop for the manager that's there, and they go in, they ask me to wait outside, so he goes in with the cops, and they say, we've got these girls who, you're in deep trouble, the manager's called, because these 3 girls turn out not to have got work permits, then you're going to be fined $10,000 for each. And at this, I heard the voice, this whining wail come from the manager. Why are you doing this to me? Why? He's 30 years old. Why are you doing this to me after all we have suffered? Right. And I thought, they've got that phrase in their microchip. I mean, women have in their microchip, they've got this phrase, if you don't know what you've done to upset me, I'm not going to tell you, right? Jews have this, after all we have suffered, and you're questioning my integrity, right? And that's the answer to your thing. They consider they're entitled to special treatment, and that's, I think, the Nazis actually used that phrase, special treatment. It's a bit cynical, saying, well, they want special treatment, they're going to get Sonderbehandlung, special treatment. They won't like it. But I've told this to Jews in university audiences when they come, not like these guys, and start throwing things around. But when they come and ask questions politely at the end, I said, if I was a Jew like you, Professor, then I would be deeply concerned with the way things are going in the United States now. This was University of Washington, somewhere, I'm in Moscow, I spoke in Idaho. They were on the Washington side, Washington campus. And I said, you don't seem to realize that, because you don't recognize it, that you are now making exactly the same mistake as the Jews made in the Weimar Republic. And then when everything goes belly up for them and they start boarding the trains heading for the east, they're wondering, why is this happening to us? Why are they doing this to us? Well, the sad thing is that most of the people to whom it happened were totally innocent. They were the innocent small fry. It was the big guys, it was the Dick Fowles who had brought this misfortune on them. But I don't think Dick Fowles is going to feel uncomfortable in his skin at present. He's got his $500 million bonus and he went on. He refuses to be interviewed, but the BBC interviewed him. It's quite amusing to watch him. He thought it was going to be a kind of US kind of pussyfooting interview. And the BBC went in there with the facts and figures and questioned him. You got a $500 million, didn't you? Your bonus when you retired from Lehman Brothers. Hmm?
Lehman Brothers?
Yeah, Dick Fowles, CEO of Lehman Brothers. And he said, no, I don't think that can be true. And the BBC said, well, we know the figures. You got $230,000 as a payment. You got stock options for another $200,000, and then you all the figures, which he then had to admit. The BBC said, so that's it. It is $500 million you got in the 1 year when your machinations brought the whole world economy crashing down.